Hello, I'm Charles Figley. Welcome to the course. I helped develop this course in order to reach as many people as possible who are interested in learning about trauma. Now, it started in 2012 with the publication of this book. You notice it's Encyclopedia of Trauma, but the Interdisciplinary Guide to Trauma. So what we did is we contacted many of the people who helped write this book by providing entries to this encyclopedia and asked them to expand that into a knowledge block. And that's how this course really is different from other courses. A knowledge block in this course includes many things, all of which are useful to you. First of all, truisms. We have generated a list of truisms about trauma to help in understanding the complexities of it and how the trauma can apply to all aspects of human life. Another thing that we have are media. We have an ability to link you to what we think are the best films, documentaries, interviews, relatively short clips to illustrate what we're talking about with regard to trauma. And then we, of course, have readings. We have selected the best readings, articles mostly, but also chapters in the entire world, written by experts in this area. So the readings are typically about 4 to 5 for each knowledge block. Now you might wonder, what the heck is a knowledge block? Well, a knowledge block is like a mini course. It's the comparable to dividing up a course and specifically focusing on elements of that course. So we talked about the components. Now let me tell you about each of the knowledge blocks. There are 4 primary knowledge blocks, and those knowledge blocks are, knowledge block 1 is a focus on the universality of trauma, how the theories about trauma, definitions about trauma, the ways in which trauma impacts individuals, families, communities, an entire nation, and strategies to do something about that. So knowledge block 1 is kind of the overall introduction to the whole area of trauma studies and application. The second knowledge block is focusing on the sources of trauma. We look at all types of sources of trauma. For example, war, domestic violence, accidents. One of the interviews that you will hear about is a young man who was injured in a rock climbing expedition and how he was able to recover. The third knowledge block is focused on the consequences of trauma, all the post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic stress injuries, various complications and difficulties and challenges, but also some positive things. There are positive consequences of trauma as well. And then the final one is knowledge block 4. These are the basic knowledge blocks. You'll have other knowledge blocks that you can choose later. But 4 is focused on a resilience, ways of developing it, maintaining it, and the evidence is really when people are resilient, they're able to spring back more quickly. And so we have, the field and collectively, we have studied this phenomenon. So the course is about visiting each of these knowledge blocks. There's one other element that I forgot about, and those are the test items. Because for each knowledge block, you're going to be tested over the material in that knowledge block. Then the result is you earn points in the course, of course, but then you also earn points in playing a game. A game is called Trauma Quest. It was one that was designed specifically for this course. It's really fun and cool, and we're hoping that you will help us in that regard. So please then go forward, start with the KB1, Knowledge Block 1, and I will talk to you later.